I wanna start by thanking ABICC and every single member here tonight in this very special occasion. I met some wonderful people tonight from the rest of the world, from Bangladesh to France to Jamaica to Chile to Pakistan to Venezuela and to my beloved Haiti. Thank you, Lida. Thank you, Anthony, for this wonderful award, this prestigious award that your organization has decided to give me tonight. When I learned who I was running against, I feel very proud and privileged to have actually won. But I'm not gonna say who were in the running, I'll let you do the honors. But I'm very proud and honored to receive this award tonight. And I'm especially honored for my family, my children, Linka and Lara that are here tonight. And you only have one mother. And my mother, for those of you who don't know, has come a long way to be here tonight. She's come a long way. In February, I was getting an award at Barry University to be in the Hall of Fame for tennis, because I used to be a tennis player in the old days. And my mom wanted to come with us to the event in Daytona Beach. With my children, we were in the car. We stopped at the subway to have a sandwich before going. And as we got the subway, went back in the car, the kids went in, and as my mom, who's 81 years old, believe it or not, as she was getting into the car, the driver didn't see her going in, and he moved the car forward as she was getting in, and she fell, and the car, which is a Jeep Cherokee, went over her leg and back. Her tibia broke in 2 spots. She's been 8 months in this terrible ordeal. She had 4 surgeries. And tonight, she's honoring me to be here with me tonight as the first time she goes out of her house. Thank you, Mom. Je rejoins avec humilité des personnalités importantes ce soir, telles que Mohamed Younous, telles que Michelle Bachelet, la présidente du Chili, Violeta Chamorro, l'ancienne présidente du Nicaragua, Luis Alberto Moreno, le président de la BID, César Gaviria, l'ancien président de la Colombie et l'ancien secrétaire général de l'OEA. Donc je suis honoré de faire partie de ce groupe de personnalités importantes telles que Lech Walesa, l'ancien président de la Pologne, et je suis honoré et je suis content d'être quand même le premier ex-premier ministre à avoir ce prix. Donc je vous remercie. I want to thank ABICC for this wonderful honor. It's a special night. It's a special night for my family, special night for myself, and I believe for every single Haitian. Every single Haitian, because we love our country with all our heart, and our hearts ache at being in the news for the wrong reasons, at being at the epicenter of every natural disaster to hit the Caribbean. Tonight, Haiti will be in the news for the right reasons. And I'm very happy that ABICC is playing a small role into this very big occasion. I want to thank all my friends, all the press that came from Haiti, from Florida, people that came from very far to be here for this wonderful event tonight. And on Sunday is a very important day in Haiti. We're trying for the 5th time in 1 year to organize an election. So we hope that everybody goes to the polls and vote for a legitimate president that will be able to lead the country towards prosperity, out of misery, out of mismanagement, and certainly to make Haiti great again. That's what we want. Now you get it, right? Everybody's like, okay. We have a lot of people in Haiti that are suffering tonight, and the world is going through a new paradigm. The world is going through a shift in paradigm, and that shift brings calls for more social justice, for a world that's more just. And we see everywhere in the world a business sector that yearns for more participation, for more input into helping the most vulnerable. And I see here tonight in this room, I see, and the people that I meet, I feel a deep sense of social responsibility, a deep sense of wanting to change things in your respective country. And you are joining a wide chorus around the world to wanting to improve the lives of those that are the most vulnerable, that are suffering. We put together, after I left the Prime Ministership of Haiti, first of all, for those of you who don't know, I became Prime Minister in May of 2012. And the story of how this began is the former president in Haiti and myself, after the earthquake, we were in Little Haiti, and we saw the devastation. 250,000 people passed away. 500,000 people were injured. And the former president and myself, we said, what can we do to help change things? What can we do to do something? We need to do something. And he told me, look, I think the best way for me to do something is for me to run for president of Haiti. I'm like, no, I don't think that's, he says, no, that's what we should do. And I told him, you know, if it's to change the country and if you're serious, if you want to do it, I'll back you up 100%. So the adventure began. He ran, and the first poll that he did, he got 2% approval. So everybody was discouraged. Everybody's like, you have 2%, you're never gonna make it. And our team, our supporters, our friends, we believed that it's not easy to change a country. Sometimes you have to come from nothing. Sometimes you have to come from scratch. And we put together an organization. We hired the right people. We believed in the cause of changing Haiti. And we were serious about it. We were serious about changing the image of the country. We were serious about giving Haiti another image, changing things. So in the second poll, after a lot of hard work, he polled at 16%. That was encouraging. And then when the election came, the first round of the election, the government that was there before, because we were complete outsiders, we were not in politics. I have a telecommunications company, We were operating in 41 countries in the world. We were not in politics at all. But we wanted to do something. Just like I'm sure each and every one of you tonight want to do something for Haiti. And the government made their move. So they reversed the results of the first round of the election. So they put us third, and then they make themselves second. So the people took to the streets and they defended their vote. And that result needed to be reversed for us to go second. And the story went by, the election went through, and Martelly won with 70% of the vote. And we put together a government of people young professionals. I started off as the advisor to the president, and then the foreign minister. And my vision was to bring investments to fight poverty, to bring investors in the country, and to stimulate local investment to change how things are done. Because we had too many monopolies. We had too much business focused and concentrated into the hands of too few people, and that needed to change. Foreign investment was a key to changing the paradigm in Haiti. So then I became prime minister, and I was in office for 31 months. And a lot of people tell me, how was the job? I said it's probably the most difficult job in the world, because you have so much expectations. You have so much riding on people believing in you and wanting you to make a difference, and you have so few means to do so. So you need to have a determination. You need to wake up every day and have a clear mind of what you're gonna do today, because you have 12 million people depending on you to keep the country stable, to keep the country afloat. The first day I was in office, the country was completely destroyed. There was nothing. The earthquake took everything out. The airport was down. The seaport was down. Every single ministry was destroyed. The police stations were destroyed. I mean, the office of the prime minister, with all due respect to that office, but the first day I got there, I was in an office with 20 people in a 100 square meter office. And I had on my desk 3 people sharing the desk with me, and I'm the prime minister. And the internet is not working. That's how it started. The internet is not working in the office of the prime minister. So it's to tell you where we came from to where we took it in 31 months. So we needed to start from the very basic, which was restore security. Kidnappings were up. People couldn't go out. People were scared to leave their house. The police had no weapons, no cars. For the police station of the largest district, they had 1 car for 400,000 people. 1 car. In a country where you have so much income disparity, where you have 70% of the people living with less than $1 a day, you had no social safety net, not even food stamp. People were out of a job. They could go months without having any hope to find a job. 75% unemployment. That's what we found. So we needed to come with out-of-the-box thinking. We needed to do a lot with nothing, because our failure would mean to fail those who have absolutely nothing, and that was not acceptable. So we put 20, 21-hour days for 31 months, I hardly slept. Actually, when I resigned, I slept for like 1 month nonstop because I was just, exhausted. But I wanted to succeed. And many people, certainly, a lot of people that are that were against or didn't understand what we were trying to do, they said, he's doing that for himself. Well, if I wanted to do that for myself, I had a very successful company. I could have stayed in my company and be very happy and being financially set for the rest of my life. But that was not what it was about. It was about doing things that were never done in the country before. It was about using what we learned to put it back for Haiti, to make every Haitian proud of their country. And why not? We are a great people. We have a great history. We have a great country, but we have too much political instability. We have too much bad managers. If you have a bad manager in a restaurant, the restaurant will go bankrupt. Imagine if you have a country of 12 million. So the managers need to care about KPIs. They need to care about goals. They need to care about succeeding. They need to care about results. Once you care about the results, you will do well. So it's not impossible to develop Haiti. It's not impossible to promote Ilavache, because any country in the world that would have an Ilavache would be more than proud to invest there, to talk about it, to bring investors, to show the world what we have. Yet in Haiti, it's a bad thing to do so. For what? I don't know. Because you have a few people that have a hotel or in the country that don't want to promote another one because it will kill their business. That's how it's gridlock. So that needs to change. And there is too much potential in the country. Haiti is too great to be so misunderstood. And those of you who have not visited Haiti, it's an hour and a half away. We have our problems, that's for sure. But we have a lot of wonderful things. We have a wonderful climate, wonderful food, wonderful people, and a lot of opportunities in Haiti. I went and I visited after Hurricane Matthew. Of course, when I was the Prime Minister, aside from the reconstruction, aside from the everyday rebuilding, on top of building the security, reestablishing trust, working on the environment, working on the education program, the healthcare, on top of trying to bring back jobs, and on top of bringing back trust, on top of all that, I had 2 major storms that destroyed parts of the country. I had 2 major outbreaks, cholera, that killed 8,000 people, and that got sick 800,000. Then we had chikungunya outbreak that got 5 million people sick. So we had to manage under adversity. Every day was another adversity. But again, you have to be determined. And you have to believe in what you're doing in your strategy, and you need to communicate. So what I did was something to think outside the box, because there was a lot of this, miscoordination within the government. So I took an app, which, we're in the shared economy world right now. So I took an app, which is a collaboration online app, and I put every ministry on the app. It's called Wonderlist for those of you who don't know. Okay, we put every ministry, and every minister was on the app with a project with their task was online and on my iPad. So the Ministry of Education had 15 things to do. The Ministry of Agriculture had 45 things to do, and everything was on the iPad. So every Wednesday, we had a council of government that was broadcast live for everybody to see. And I would go through the app, and I would go, Mr. Ministry of Education, you said that you had a project in the northern part of Haiti. to rebuild 6 schools in this district. How are we doing with those projects? Transparency, accountability, and results. They didn't like it at all. So I was, some ministers, I was not popular with them. But then I really didn't care, because I cared about the results for the Haitian people. Because those children that had to go to those schools, and if the school was not ready, or the teachers were not paid, or the school itself was not ready to accommodate them, then we would have thousands of children paying the price. So I'd rather have the minister or the person working in the government not like me than having those children suffering. So running a government is very much like running a large business. It's very much like it. And if you care about your customers, if you care about your KPIs and results, you will do well in business. And especially if you have a good idea and you're a hard worker, there is no reason to do bad. And that's what we tried to bring in the government of Haiti. And the country progressed. We had over 4%, 4.5% growth. We had over 2,000% of foreign direct investment. We had the lowest inflation of 4% in the time that we were there. We had the slowest devaluation of the good. We had 3% in 31 months, 3% devaluation in 31 months. And many people don't realize that this takes a lot of discipline, fiscal discipline. People didn't understand why I took measures. I asked the ministers, if you're in the government and you're serving the people that are poor or that are living with less than $1 a day, it's not normal for you to have a $200,000 car. Therefore, we're gonna cut the government spending. And we put in a decree that the ministers should not buy any cars over a certain limit that was probably the cheapest cars. This, you have to lead by example. And if you're running a country where people are vulnerable, people are living in difficult conditions, you cannot live the high life. And so to make a long story short, because I know I'm going into details, a lot of details, but I want to convey to you and I want to show you that a lot of people think that Haiti is an impossible case, that we are doomed to fail. And I say, that's not true. That is not true. What you want and what you need is, you need to have serious people that want to see the country do better. You need to have people who care in positions. And once you have that, you'll have results. Because like I was telling Lida earlier, to have results in a country like Haiti, it's not difficult. You pave one road, people applaud, it's progress. You pave 5 roads, you're doing very well. You build a university, it's great. You build a university in the United States, it's just another university, right? You fix the airport in Haiti, it's a big thing because the airport was destroyed. So people appreciate the work that you do, one project at a time. And it takes professional management to do so. With professional management, the country will get better. And that's why it's crucially important to have that on Sunday, because the future of Haiti starts on Sunday, and to have the right leadership in place. So after I left the government, I went back to my company, and I opened another company called LSL World Initiative. And then I felt that I needed to do something for Haiti still. So my father, Dr. Lamothe, who spent his life helping the youth, gave over 5,000 scholarships for the young middle-class Haitian to travel and to have the opportunity of a scholarship in foreign universities, in Latin American universities. Well, we named the foundation after him. The foundation has some wonderful people on its board. It has some of the largest company in the United States as part of the board, and people that care to make a difference. So it's a small foundation, but one of people working very hard. And we have the president of the foundation here, Rosanne Auguste, and Rosanne Auguste, she was under my government, she was the minister of the fight against extreme poverty and human rights. So it shows you the profile that we decided to take to now head the foundation, Dr. Louise Lamothe. Because she's a woman, day and night she works for the people and the poorest of the poor, in the poorest neighborhoods. Somebody that dedicated her life to helping the poor and the most vulnerable. So the foundation is serious about what we're doing. And we have partnerships with some other wonderful foundations. We have 3 to 5. That's a foundation that's in water treatment. And I have on my Facebook, some wonderful filters that you put the dirtiest water in the filter and then potable water comes out. And this is truly magical and especially lifesaver for the farmer, the fisherman that is currently drinking contaminated water. And the foundation has distributed over 2,000 of those filters in the affected areas and will continue to do so. And this is why we'll need your support here to support that foundation and what we're doing. The foundation is working in Smart Village Initiative in an area called Nampayol, which is probably a village that not even Haitians have heard of. It's a small village of 500 inhabitants and that have nothing. So we decided to do a smart village as the Indian model. So to take an off-grid community and develop it around renewable energy and bringing agricultural path, education, and connecting them to markets. And we've done so, and now we've managed to increase the revenues of the farmers by over 50%, and by guaranteeing that the lettuce, the potatoes, the green pepper they're producing in the remotest mountain in Haiti are being sold in the biggest supermarkets of the country and helping in a sustainable way the poorest Haitian farmer. So we went to, after the hurricane, we went to a village called, in the southwestern part of Haiti, that was devastated by the storm. People were living in terrible conditions. So we took a delegation, we went there and we saw the harshness of the living conditions. We saw the difficulty that the people were having, fishermen having lost everything, all the houses being destroyed, and we wanted to do a difference. So now we built a program to revamp and rebuild that community of fishermen, rebuilding all the homes. There is 40 homes. It's a small village, an achievable project. So we aim at raising $250,000 to redo the village homes, to redo the fishermen infrastructure, boats, cold storage, to fix the health center, the only health center that they have, build a school, fix the school. And we raised over $80,000 to date. And of course, putting a water treatment plant and giving the fishermen potable water to drink. So those are the impact. This is the impact that we want to make, because we want to show that if you talk about aid efficiency, if you talk about people, NGOs and foundations wanting to help, the model of spreading it out where nobody feels it, I don't think works. It's better to focus it in an area and lift up the community of that area, because one foundation will never have enough funds to develop a whole country. Yet with very little, you can lift up an entire community and see the impact of the contributions. So we have raised money in Nashville, Tennessee, through a t-shirt drive from a wonderful person called Amy Brown, the host of the Bobby Bones Show. She sold t-shirts, and at the beginning, they told me, we're gonna sell t-shirts. I'm used to, having these drives in Haiti. So I said, maybe we're gonna get maybe, $500 from the selling of the t-shirt drive. Well, we got $55,000 from the Nashville community on the t-shirt called Espoir. And we have some private contribution. We have some people in here tonight that are supporting the foundation. So we're doing a lot of good things, and we need your support to continue, in that path and helping every single Haitian and doing good for those who have nothing. And this is what we deeply care about. Doing good for those who have absolutely nothing. I want to finish off by thanking from the bottom of my heart ABICC. I'm very humbled and honored by this distinction tonight. I'm very humbled by the fact that you took notice of the work that was going on in Haiti. And you took notice that Haiti can and will be a better place because we're good people. We're good people. We have good hearts. We mean well. We're often misunderstood from our history, but we're some of the most resilient people in this world. We're some of the most hardest working in this world. And one organization called ABICC noticed, and I thank you for that. Finally, I wanna thank the sponsors. I don't know all of them, but I do know one of them. So the one I know I'm gonna talk about, which is Turkish Airlines. So I went to Nigeria. I went to meet with the president of Nigeria in Abuja. And for the first time, they booked me on going through Turkey and then down to Lagos and then to Abuja. So I told Gilbert, who's here tonight, I said, Gilbert, why are you sending me all the way to Turkey, to go to Nigeria? He said, son, I'm gonna send you in an airline. You never flew in that airline before. I said, okay. So we get to the airport, Turkish Airlines, the best service. It's the first time that I flew international, and I had internet and live television on the flight from here all the way to Istanbul and back to Abuja. So it was, no need to tell you, a pleasant flight. So Turkish Airlines is a wonderful airline. LATAM as well. I've never flown LATAM, but I'm sure it's great because it's sponsoring the event tonight. I want to thank all the media partners. I want to thank, everybody that came here to support this event tonight. My doctor that's here, Dr. Fanfan. Thank you. Very special person and dear to me and my family. And to every member of the chambers, my friends. Tonight was a special night, and it was mostly special because of each and every one of you supporting it. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work. Et puis, pour Haïti, mon Merci un peu.